My name is Adejoy John.
We are Smart Brain.
I know I can be what I want to be what I want to be. Kids, yes, you can be what you want to be. Just tune in every Saturday from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock and listen to Smart Brains. What do we have in store for you? The Brain Bee competition is a spelling bee competition where you can get to compete on the show. What else? The fun is there. We learn stories, different things, and the Yoruba segment where we learn about the Yoruba culture. So join F to the E to the I to the V to the A favor with the flavor on Smart Brains. Trust me, I am going to make it a wonderful time for you. Join me from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Saturday on Solutions 939 FM and let's have fun together, kids.
Are you ready? Things you never knew before. Now I before E except after C. And 1, 2 plus 2 makes 4. Now I'm gonna teach you all about it. Sit yourself down and take a seat. All I gotta do is repeat after me. A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as do, re, mi. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me, girl. Easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as do, re, mi. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Baby, you and me, girl. Come on, let me just a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to sing it out. Come on, let me show you what it's all about. Reading, writing, arithmetic are the branches of a learning tree. Progressing without the roots of love everyday, girl. Your education ain't complete. Teacher's gonna show you how to get an A. Spell me, you, at the 2. Listen to me, baby, that's all it is. Shake it, baby. 1, 2, 3, baby. Shake it, baby. 1, 2, 3, baby. ABC, baby. Don't bring me, baby. ABC. That's how easy love can be. It's easy, it's like counting up to 3. Sing a simple melody. That's how easy love can be. Sing it out. Come on, let me show you what it's all about. It's easy, it's like counting up to 3. Sing a simple melody. That's how easy love can be. Easy as 1, 2, 3. All simple as do, re, mi. ABC. That's how easy.
Can you just take a guess? What month is next? Mayweather! Hold on. If you are born in May, stand up. Yeah. I'm a lot of yellow. I'm a lot of yellow. Yeah. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. If you are born in May, stand up. I'm a lot of, I'm a lot of, I'm a lot of, I'm a. Yeah. 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 Take your body. Take your body. Take your body. Take your body. What? So we go. ọmọ mi, ẹ jáde, jájọ ṣeré. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi, let's celebrate, jájọ. Come on.
Okay, I I decided to start this way this morning just to celebrate May celebrants. I mean, I've been hearing and having my, people misfire into my ears. We have a lot of kids celebrating their birthdays today. We have a lot of adults who were born in the month of May. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, MAY, May celebrants, are you listening at the moment? This time is for you.
Ọmọ mi, ẹ jáde, yájọ ṣeré. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi, let's celebrate. Àwọn yóò, come on. Sọ pé ọmọ mi kú oríire o, Ọlọ́run fún wa lójú rere o, ọmọ mi, Mr. Osowe, Ọlọ́run ló mú wa rí ọjọ́ òní, orin ayọ̀ pọ̀ lẹ́nu rẹ̀ o, ọmọ mi kú oríire. Are you ready? Oh, yeah, so me.
Okay, the very first celebrant I'll be celebrating today is Precious Paul. Today is your birthday, and your mom, Mrs. Amoke, says I should say happy birthday to you, long life and prosperity. And of course, I cannot but say happy birthday in advance to Oladapo Kunubi. He was born in the month of May. Adebayo Tiamiyu was born in the month of May. My mom, Dr. Mrs. Oloruntola, she was born in the month of May as well. It's still far. And then to Biola Sosa, happy birthday to you as well in advance. And to every child out there born in the month of May, happy birthday to you. And this is how I do it on Smart Brains every time I come. I dedicate my time to celebrate every celebrant in the first Saturday of every month, and that is exactly what I've done just now. So happy birthday to you in advance. If today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. If next week is your birthday, if tomorrow is your birthday, I'm saying everything once and for all. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, that's it.
Aside from happy birthday, it's also okay to say thanks to God Almighty, like I usually say when I come here. Thank God for being alive. Thank God for, everything that has been going on in your life, for your mom, for your dad, for your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, everybody around you that you know, and for yourself as well. You always have to be grateful and to say thank you. It's a pleasure to welcome you to Smart Brains on Solutions 939 FM. My name is Favor Olorutola.
Sí ọba lógun ọ̀run làwọn ké Yahweh síga. Akọni ẹlẹ́rù olórí ogun lọ́run àti láyé. Erin ńlá tí mi gbọ́ kìjì. Ọba tó lọ kọrin kẹsẹ̀ tó ṣe dádúró ìjì. La 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 la. La 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 la. Happy birthday to you.
let me wrap up with that. Welcome once again. Like I said, my name is Favor Olorotola, and I wasn't here last week. I needed to have a break and to rest. I am so sorry about that. But then, trust me, I had a lot of fun, and I am transferring that to you today. And 2 weeks ago, there was something I asked you to do, to send in answers to stories that we learned or we heard 2 weeks ago. And trust me, I had your entries. I had you calling. Sorry, did I say calling in? I saw your messages. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how to answer questions. I understood that these questions were from a story. You may not have been able to, listen back like you do with your comprehension. So we are going to learn how to do that today. And at the same time, we'll do a revision for the stories that we heard. So the story, I will make you hear the story again so we can, refresh your memory. And then we're going to ask the question, and I'm going to answer, and I'll let you know who won. And aside from that, I'll teach you about 3 things that, came out from this story, and we'll learn the meaning and how you can put them in a sentence or how you can make use of them in everyday life. So like I usually say, have your pen, have your paper, go have a seat. Make sure that you're ready for this program. You're ready for to learn. You're ready to answer questions. You're ready to win. So I'll announce the winners for this, for the story from 2 weeks ago. Like I said, do the revision, answer, and then we'll learn more. How has resumption been? It's been a week you resume back to school. April 28th was the resumption date for most students and for most pupils. Hope you had a nice resumption. How has it been? When my daughter came home, she was saying, we are learning work from JSS1. Why are they making us learn work from JSS1? I said, you need to learn. You need to learn. You have your common entrance very soon, so you need to learn. For those of you in JSS1, okay, welcome. You're going to be in JSS2. Those in Primary 5, you're writing your common entrance very soon. Are you reading? Because this is the term that you start, and you have to graduate well. SS3 students too. University is knocking. You have the WAEC, you have the post-UTME, you have JAM, you have a lot of examinations to do. NECO is not left out. For SS2 students, you must have started your GCE, or maybe you're going to do that, okay? So you need to learn how to read. JSS3, NECO is there, Junior WAEC is there. Every of these examinations are as important as the one you used to graduate. They are even more important. But the ones you used to, get to the next class, to be promoted to the next class, is also very important. So please and please and please and please. One of the things that you also need for your examination is how to answer questions correct, especially when it comes to comprehension. I noticed something from your answers from 2 weeks ago. Most of you did not answer how you should have answered. So your marks will be deducted. Sorry. And most of you did not answer correctly. I understood because the stories were quite, lengthy, and you may not have listened. So that is why you need to listen and listen attentively. So I'll go on a commercial break. When I come back, we're going to discuss all of these things. We're going to do the revision, we'll answer the question, and yes, and yes, and yes, we will see who is going to walk away with my prize for today. And yeah, something usually happens in the station, May 27. The same is going to happen this year, May 27. But it's going to come with a twist. How? Why? I'll let you know, not this week, next week, so that we're going to start proper before May 27, okay? So hang in there. Don't change the dial. By the grace of God, we'll all be alive to see, and we'll all be alive to participate. Okay, this is Smart Brains. Stay tuned.
all about information, education, and entertainment.
Maybe that's before now. Solutions 93.9 FM has raised the standard of radio broadcast to preferring solutions in all human angles. 939 FM, the remedy.
True strength. What defines it? The brilliance of a player, or when a team comes together to win. A solo beat, or the rhythm of many. The flair of one dancer, or the art of a troupe. One distinct voice, or the beauty of the symphony. At FCMB Group, we build ecosystems, empower communities, and create the future. Because we believe it's not just one, but the power of the group that delivers the future we all desire. FCMB, the power of the group.
I can't seem to find the right event center for this party.
What's the problem? You sound so worried.
I've been searching for a venue that can handle both the formal ceremony and the casual after party. Nothing seems to fit both moods.
Have you heard of Aweni Arena Event Center?
Aweni Arena? What makes them so special?
They are the perfect blend of elegance and comfort. Their venue is versatile, has the perfect space, event managers, and security for every occasion. And they'll work with you to create the perfect setting for every part of your event.
Wow, this is perfect. Aweni Arena really nailed it.
Yes, they did. Visit us at 116 Obafemi Awolowo Way, Iyano Libatu, Kado Ibadan, or call 0809 360 7888 or 0706 899 4970 to book your event today. Aweni Arena Event Center is where your event finds its perfect fit.
She has a past that's far from perfect.
We need to talk.
We have nothing to talk about. But life gave her a second shot.
Welcome back to the Morning Juice right here on Power FM. The phone lines are open.
Now behind the mic on a struggling radio, she's finding her voice and maybe her purpose.
You're doing an amazing job. I stopped listening to Power FM, but last week I heard your voice. And I've not missed the Morning Juice.
But some pasts don't stay hidden forever.
Mommy, are you in the shower?
No, damn well she's a prostitute.
Catch all the drama on Radio Voice, a powerful story about redemption, resilience, and the courage to start over. Starring Richard Mofe Damijo, RMD, Nancy Sime, Timini Eguse, Inseng Beti, Deyemi Okolawon, Blossom Chukwujeku, Damilola Adegbite, Blessing Jessica Obasi, and Jasmine Olarotimi.
Radio Voice is now showing in cinemas nationwide.
Don't miss it.
ó ti yá o ìròyìn ayọ̀ lélẹ́yìí láti iléèwé MKK Multipurpose Health College NHC tó forúkọsílẹ̀ lábẹ́jọba tó fìdí kalẹ̀ sílùú Ìbàdàn tá a sì lè kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ níbikíbi tá a bá wà nípasẹ̀ online physical classes gbogbo akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ló lè jàǹfààní ètò ìrànwọ́ 50% half scholarship school fees táwọn ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú ti gbé kalẹ̀ ìlànà ìgbaniwọlé àti àsìkò ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ti di rọrùn fẹ́ni tó wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ kò pọn dandan kó ní science background kó tó lè kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ètò study and work pattern tún wà. mo kàwé mi ò ríṣẹ́ òsì níléèwé MHC ó sì lè lo ìwé ẹ̀rí wọn nílẹ̀ yìí àti lókè òkun.
ó lè ṣàṣeyàn kan bíi herbal medicine, fertility science and natural medicine, integrative medicine, health care assistance, mental health and addiction, caregiving, etc. To apply, visit www.mkkhealthcollege.com. Call or WhatsApp 09059281684 09059281684 or visit our office at MKK Multipurpose Building at Sere Akala Express, Ibadan.
ọjọ́ mi ni ó yẹ ká ṣàjọyọ̀ fọjọ́ àbí ni ó bá wa sábà o.
ení tere èjì tere níṣẹ́jú fi pé wákàtí ní wákàtí fi pé ọjọ́ lọ́jọ́ fi pọ́sẹ̀ lọ́sẹ̀ fi dóṣù lóṣù dọdún lọ́dún náà fi gorí ọdún aṣíwájú wa alhaji olóyè nureni adébáyọ̀ àkànbí jp àrólé ebo olúyọ̀lé lágùnà balógun ilẹ̀ ìbàdàn bàbá àṣàlẹ̀ mùsùlùmí ilẹ̀ ìbàdàn ẹ máa kó ayẹyẹ oríkádùn yìí tọdún yìí àrólé ebo olúyọ̀lé olóyè alhaji nureni adébáyọ̀ àkànbí lágùnà balógun ilẹ̀ ìbàdàn ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ olúyọ wọn bá ṣọ̀run ọmọ aríbọn fi fọlọ́ tẹ̀lẹ́nu ọmọ àfàdàmọ̀ tóró láyà alẹ́ tẹ̀m̀bẹ̀lẹ̀kùn jìnnà sí gbóréré bàbá orí dagogo ibà àfọkọ̀lajà eégún kan òdílẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀bórì bàbá yín ló méégún wọgbó rẹ mọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹni tí ò mọ̀ràn wọn á ní ibà lónìlẹ̀ tó fi délé epo èmi mọ̀ pé rí òfin ràn ni ta ni ò mọ̀ pẹ́ni tó nílẹ̀ lónílé tó tún kọ́lé ìgbọ̀nsẹ̀ sí ibà tí ibo létí iboko ibọ̀ wàrà òjò alápò àyàn èmi olóyè Adégbóyèga Taofeek Adégòkè FCA ààrẹ ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ balógun ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ló ń ṣe ládùúrà fún yín pé kẹ́ ẹ gbó kẹ́ ẹ tọ́ tó bá tún dàmọ́dún ká tún jọ wà láìkú kàn gírí tá a bá òjé lẹ́sìn ọba àrìṣà àṣe ìṣètúnṣe o.
congratulations ṣe ìṣàmọ̀dún o.
Abeg, why all this commotion for Mommy Dolapo's shop?
It's Rocky by Chin Chin, oh. Everybody's saying a better snack all day long.
Now, wow. This Rocky by Chin Chin, they're good for money snack. What are you eating that got you so excited like this?
Mr. Tunde, na Rocky by Chin Chin, oh.
Rocky by Chin Chin?
Yes, Oga. It's very delicious and nourishing.
Are you serious?
You don't believe me? Go ahead, have a taste.
Wow, no wonder everyone is crazy about it. Mary, help me and go get some Rocky by Chin Chin so I can use it for breakfast.
Okay, sir. Rocky by Chin Chin. Very delicious. Yummy. Rocky.
Rocky by Chin Chin. Unleash the unstoppable snack adventure. Produced by Sumal Foods.
Law and order are essential goals of good governance in a civilized society. It is illegal and immoral to take the law into our own hands. Why take a life we cannot create? Violence, jungle justice, and mob actions are not solutions. We must stop now. Nothing justifies taking the law into our own hands. We must follow due process, report, hand over suspects to law enforcement agencies. They are established to enforce the law and ensure offenders are held accountable. Our justice system is active and working. The government remains committed in tracking down offenders and ensuring justice is served. Mob violence is never the solution. Stay alert, speak up, uphold the law. We are civilized people in Nigeria. Together, let's stand for peace, for the law and order, and for justice. Say no to mob action and jungle justice.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Keep it 93.9.
Look at her shining. Her feathers, they glow. Now the jungle is smiling, 'cause our baby's home. Can you feel what I feel? The day has come at last. Our precious jewel has returned. I'll be the first to say welcome back. Oh, welcome back. I said welcome, welcome, welcome.
You're listening to Smart Brains.
What is the name of the old woman? What is the name of the old woman? What did the old woman ask Ineka to do at the market before she was punished? What did the old woman ask Ineka to do at the market before she was punished? List 3 tasks that the old woman told Ineka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. List 3 tasks that the old woman told Ineka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. I'm going to say the questions one more time. What is the name of the old woman? What did the old woman ask Ineka to do for her at the market before Ineka got punished? list the 3 tasks the old woman asked Ineka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. Okay, this is one of the question or one of the set of questions that I reeled out 2 weeks ago, and I will not be answering them until we do a quick revision. But before we go into the quick revision, you will see that these questions, had, to be answered very, very, in detail. Why? Because it's more or less like a comprehension question. So when you read your comprehension passage in an examination or in your classroom, how do you answer? Welcome back to Smart Brains on Solutions 93.9 FM. You're still on the program with Favor or Lauren Tola. Now, when you read your comprehension passages, you always have to read and read through. You have to read first, make sure that you know you need to check out some things there, some key points, you underline, and then you read with concentration. Now, when it comes to answering those questions, what do? I know radio is a different scenario entirely, and we'll delve into that as well. So if you want to answer your question in the examination or from a comprehension, how do you do it? Like I said, first things first is to read a passage carefully. And when you're reading, you read slowly, you read twice, so that you can get the message of the story, and so that you can understand what the story is about. Number 2 is going to the questions and reading the questions. You read it aloud, or if you're in the examination, you can read it aloud. If you're at home, you understand, you're doing the assignment in the class, if your teacher allows you. But for an examination, you read it within so that you're not going to disturb any other person out there. And then you find a way to understand the question so that you know exactly what to look out for in the story. Remember, you've read a story not once, you've read it twice. You already understand. So because you already assimilated and you understood the story, you can then go back to answer these questions once you've read it through. Once you've read the questions, you've understood, you go back to answer the question. That is how to answer. Now, you go to the part of the story that talks about the question that the question is asking. You pick your answer from it, and then you start to answer by using part of the question. For instance, why is the dog barking? Because you've already read that question, you can go back to the question, oh, why is the dog barking? Then when you want to answer, the dog was barking because it's dash, 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 according to the story, according to the passage. The dog was barking because it's dash, dash, dash. For instance, I asked a question, what is the name of the old woman? The name of the old woman is so, so, and so. You not just give me the answer straight like that. We need to learn to advance in the way we answer questions. Yes, I understand it's a text message, but to make it work, you need to be very detailed. You remember that I did not give a timeline. I didn't give a time lag, or when you have to send it, blah, blah, blah. I needed you to think about it and give me a correct answer. So the name of the old lady was or is this, and that, according to the way the question was asked. And then when you have 1, 2, 3 questions in one, you write it as 3A, 3B, 3C. For instance, list 3 tasks the old woman asked Ineka to do. Oh, that is number 3. 3A. The first task was 1. 3B. The second task was this. 3C. The second task was this. So it's going to be A, B, C. If you have up to 7 answers in one question, you have to highlight it. You could actually use letters or Roman numerals. 3I, 3II, 3III, 3IV, 3V. Something that the teacher would actually understand that you're saying. Now, that is for comprehension. That's for something that you can read and you can understand, you can go back to. Also, when you're answering question, you can use your own words as well. You don't need to have it verbatim as long as it is related to what the answer is about. But you must actually give the correct answer. Then once you're done, you check your answer. But if it's for radio like it was, and you cannot go back to listen. In fact, you could have gone back to listen to the story because it was on Facebook. You could have actually listened to it, or you could have, just waited. If it is an audio, a story that was recorded, something that you have to listen to, number one thing is to always pay close attention. You put on your listening ears. That is, you need to listen and listen good, because there are some things that are important that you need to hear. When you pay attention, that means you don't have distraction, you are focused, and you are quiet. You don't let anybody disturb you. You're quiet, you're focused. There are no distractions. Now, while you're listening, you have to listen attentively. How can you do that? You can picture the story in your mind as though it is a movie, as though it is a storybook. You can picture, as the person is narrating, you can picture. Then you now need to know and, listen to the who, what happened, where, when, and why. When you begin to picture all of these things, as though, when you have, then maybe you have a favorite movie that you watch. Sometimes it sticks to your memory. The name of the person, for instance, Spider-Man. You know where Spider-Man went to, how he got bits on his hand. A lot of things that happened, you register, oh, this is how it is, this is how it is. Okay, so you have to pay attention. You listen in this scenario, and then you need to start picturing it as a story, picture it in your mind. And another thing is that you jot down. Have mental notes. If you cannot have mental notes, to just store it in your memory, you write down. Okay? You write the keywords while listening so that you're not going to forget. Because sometimes you may have audio tests. I don't know, Nigerians, I don't know if we have that in Nigerian school, but there are sometimes you have audio tests that you need to listen. For instance, maybe you are in a phonics class and your teacher gives the sound b, b, b. Oh, then she says b. Give me the words that I will read out some words here. Locate the sound b in the words. B, bag, baby, push, big, b. And then because you are not listening, you will not listen to the options, and then you're gonna get the answer wrong. So you need to listen and listen well. Now, once you're done listening, you now try to recall the story. That is, you retell the story in your own words. You try to, you either do it aloud or, you inward. You try to rephrase the story yourself. And then you begin to tackle the question one after the other. You reread, you rehear, and you make sure that you jot. You remember that while I was giving the questions, I made sure that I repeated it about 3 times so that you could really write it down. So that is how to answer the questions. Now let's move to the story number 1. The first story was about Ineka and the way she was actually rude and how she got punished and how she was able to rectify a mistake, and then she was able to get out of the punishment. If you did not listen 2 weeks ago, this is a chance for you to listen and listen attentively. Don't change the dial. It is 2 Solutions 939 FM, and then we'll answer the questions coming up from that end. Stay tuned.
Once upon a time, in the bustling village of Umofia, there lived a girl named Nneka. Though she was clever and quick-witted, Nneka had a very bad habit. She was terribly rude. She often spoke harshly to her friends made fun of her neighbors, and even refused to greet her elders politely. Sometimes she didn't even bother to greet the elders. Her parents have tried so many times to teach her kindness. Nneka, her mother would say, words are powerful. Please learn to speak with respect, especially to your elders. But Nneka would roll her eyes and mutter under her breath. Nneka was known far and wide for her sharp tongue. One morning, her neighbor, Mama Ijoma, greeted her warmly. "Good morning, Nneka. How are you today?" Instead of responding kindly, Nneka scoffed. "Why do you ask me the same thing? Don't you have anything better to say? Every day you keep asking me the same question." Hurt by her words, Mama Ijoma sighed and walked away, shaking her head. Another day, Nneka was passing by a group of children playing near the village well. One of them, a boy named Chidi, called out to Nneka. "Nneka," he said, "come and play with us." Instead of joining them or declining politely, she snapped, "Why would I waste my time playing with you little kids? Please, go bother someone else." Chidi's face fell, and all the children whispered amongst themselves, deciding to stay away from her. Nneka's rude behavior was becoming a problem, but she didn't care until the day she met a mysterious old woman. One sunny afternoon, Nneka was sent to the market to buy some vegetables. Along the way, she encountered an old woman sitting by the roadside, dressed in tattered clothes and leaning on a crooked stick. "Good afternoon, my child," the old woman said, her voice soft but wise. "Could you spare me a moment to help me carry this bundle of firewood to my hut? My old bones are tired," the old woman said. But Nneka, in her usual manner, sneered. "Why should I? Can't you see I'm busy? Find someone else." And she walked past the woman without another glance, laughing to herself about the encounter. Can you imagine? This dirty old-looking woman wants me to carry firewood from here to her hut for her. Please, she should find someone else, Nneka said. As she reached the market, something peculiar began to happen. As she opened her mouth to ask the vendor for tomatoes, instead of words, only croaks came out, like the sound of a frog. The vendor looked at her in confusion. "Are you feeling all right, Nneka?" he asked. Embarrassed, she tried to speak again, but all that came out were a series of loud croaking noises. The people in the market began to whisper and stare. Some even laughed. Nneka panicked and ran home in tears. When she arrived, her parents were shocked to see her in such a state. She tried to explain what had happened in the market, but her voice was still nothing more than a frog's croak. Her mother sighed and said, "This is no ordinary ailment. You must have upset someone very powerful. Nneka, my child, what have you done this time?" That evening, Nneka's father called the village elder, Papa Ekene, who was known for his wisdom. After hearing the story, Papa Ekene stroked his long beard thoughtfully. "You must seek out the old woman by the roadside," he said. "She is no ordinary elder. She is Nwanyi Inuka, a spirit guardian who teaches lessons to those who lack respect." With no other choice, Nneka set out to find the old woman. As the moon cast a soft glow over the village, she reached the spot where she had seen her earlier. There, under a large tree, sat the old woman, her eyes twinkling like stars. Nneka felt a little scared, but she had to apologize to the old woman. The old woman, Nwanyi Nuka, decided that Nneka needed to learn the value of humility, kindness, and respect before she would regain her voice. So she gave her 3 tasks to complete, each designed to teach her a lesson. The first task I give you, Nneka, is to fetch water for the village elder. You would fetch water for Papa Ekene, the eldest man in the village, who lives at the top of a steep hill. Nneka would normally scoff at this task, but now, with no voice to argue, she had no choice but to obey. The path to the river was rocky and the pots were heavy, but Nneka persevered. As she carried the water up the hill, she realized how much effort it took to serve others, and how her rude words have often dismissed the struggles of those who worked hard around her. Her second task was to feed orphans. The old woman led Nneka to the village orphanage, handed her a basket of food, and told her to share the food with the children. When Nneka entered, she saw the children's faces light up at the sight of the food. Though she couldn't speak, she watched as they eagerly ate, some even saving portions for their friends. She felt a pang of guilt as she remembered how dismissive she had been to the children by the well. Seeing their joy taught her the importance of kindness and how even small gestures could bring happiness. On the 3rd day, which was the day of the last task, Nneka was to apologize to all those she had hurt. The final task was the most challenging. Nwanyi Inuka told Nneka to apologize to everyone she had been rude to, even though she could only communicate through gestures and actions. Nneka visited Mama Ijoma first, bringing her fresh vegetables from the market as a sign of peace. Then she approached the children by the well, offering them small handmade toys which she had crafted. Each person she apologized to forgave her, and Nneka began to feel a weight lifting from her heart. By the time Nneka completed all 3 tasks, she understood the value of humility, kindness, and respect. When she returned to the old woman, she was sure her voice was going to be restored. Nneka went to the old woman and tried to speak, but only croaks came out. Desperate, she gestures apologetically with tears falling from her eyes. The old woman smiled gently. "Oh, my dear, you have returned." Nneka nodded. "Do you now understand the weight of your words?" Nneka nodded vigorously, and the old woman continued. "Kindness and respect are gifts that cost nothing but mean everything. Your words have power to heal or to hurt. Use them wisely." With a wave of her hand, the old woman said, "Your voice will return. But remember, this is your second chance. Do not waste it." Suddenly, Nneka felt a warmth in her throat. She opened her mouth and whispered, "Thank you, wise one." Her voice was back. Her encounter with the old woman did not only restore her voice, but also transformed her heart. From that day on, Nneka became known for her kind words and respectful demeanor. She greeted everyone warmly, helped those in need, and always remembered to speak with care. Whenever she passed the old woman's spot by the roadside, she would stop to offer her help and share stories, grateful for the lesson she had learned. And now, to the moral of the story. Respect your elders. Their wisdom and experience deserve recognition. Words have power. They can build or destroy, so choose them wisely. Lastly, second chances are rare. When given a chance to make things right, embrace it with gratitude. And so Nneka lived happily in the village. Her story, a reminder to all that kindness and respect can transform even the most stubborn hearts. Thank you.
What is the name of the old woman? What is the name of the old woman? What did the old woman ask Nneka to do at the market before she was punished? What did the old woman ask Nneka to do at the market before she was punished? List 3 tasks that the old woman told Nneka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. List 3 tasks that the old woman told Nneka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. I'm going to say the questions one more time. What is the name of the old woman? What did the old woman ask Nneka to do for her at the market before Nneka got punished? List the 3 tasks the old woman asked Nneka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. What is the name of the old
Around the time has come for us to answer the very first question, and the very first question to the stories from 2 weeks ago. Now, the very first question was, what is the name of the old woman? The old woman. So to answer those questions, I will be, giving you some excerpts from the story, and we're going to learn from there. We're going to answer the questions from there, and I'll let you know how to actually construct. Remember that we first of all learned how to answer questions when it comes to comprehension. So definitely that's what we are going to do now. So what is the name of the old woman?
That evening, Nneka's father called the village elder, Papa Ekene, who was known for his wisdom. After hearing the story, Papa Ekene stroked his long beard thoughtfully. "You must seek out the old woman by the roadside," he said. "She is no ordinary elder. She is Nwanyi Inuka, a spirit guardian who teaches lessons to those who lack respect."
What is the name of the old woman? Well, from there, you'd have your answer. Now, the second question was, what did the old woman ask Nneka to do for her before she was punished at the market? So here is the answer to the second question.
One sunny afternoon, Nneka was sent to the market to buy some vegetables. Along the way, she encountered an old woman sitting by the roadside, dressed in tattered clothes and leaning on a crooked stick. "Good afternoon, my child," the old woman said, her voice soft but wise. "Could you spare me a moment to help me carry this bundle of firewood to my hut? My old bones are tired," the old woman said.
That was the answer to number 2. You might still be wondering, I think you should have gotten the answer from there like that. Now, number 3, list 3 tasks the old woman told Nneka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. Here it is.
The old woman, Nwanyi Inuka, decided that Nneka needed to learn the value of humility, kindness, and respect before she would regain her voice. So she gave her 3 tasks to complete, each designed to teach her a lesson. The first task I give you, Nneka, is to fetch water for the village elder. You would fetch water for Papa Ekene, the eldest man in the village, who lives at the top of a steep hill. Was to feed orphans. The old woman led Nneka to the village orphanage, handed her a basket of food, and told her to share the food with the children. On the 3rd day, which was the day of the last task, Nneka was to apologize to all those she had hurt. The final task was the most challenging. Nwanyi Inuka told Nneka to apologize to everyone she had been rude to, even though she could only communicate through gestures and actions.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, the moment of truth is now. Let's answer the questions. What is the name of the old woman? The name of the old woman is Nwanyunuka. The second question, what did the old woman ask Ineka to do for her before she was, punished? The old woman asked Ineka to help her carry a bundle of firewood to her hut. Number 3, list the 3 tasks the old woman asked Ineka to do so that the punishment can be lifted. Okay, so 3A, like I said, the first task was to fetch water for the village elder, Papa Ekene. The second task was to feed the orphans. The second task was to feed the orphans. The third task the old woman asked Ineka to do was to apologize to everybody she had hurt and had been rude to. I got entries from Barry Emmanuel. He said number 1 is Mama Joba. No. To carry a load for her. What load exactly? Number 3, to fetch water for Baba Ekini, okay. To feed the orphans and to apologize to everyone she had offended. Out of all of these, you just got half, like just 1 mark out of everything. From Ruth. Ruth said, the name of the old woman is Wani Eyeka. Okay, you got that wrong. The old woman asked Ineka to help her carry firewood to her house. And the 3 tasks are to fetch water for the village. No. Okay, for the village elder. Okay. To feed the orphans and to apologize to everyone that she had offended. Okay. Okay, the third person here, there was no name. Okay. Ineka was asked to fetch water for the village edge, Papa Ekene. Okay, you've already mixed the question up. She was also asked to feed the orphans with a basket of food given to her by the old woman. The last task was asked to apologize to those she had been rude to. She brought vegetables. Okay, that is just like that. So these questions were not answered in full. What I'm going to do is, just for attempting, I'm going to send something to the 3 of you. So the next question or the next story, the answers will be given next week. Okay? Will there be questions for this week? No. But we're going to answer that, and then we're going to answer a question. I was supposed to give you 2 words so that you can give me the similarities and the differences, but not today. That is going to be next week. Kids, please be good boys and good girls. To Ruth, Barry Emmanuel, and one other person, I don't know who you are, I'm going to just do something little to your recharge. You didn't get all the answers correct, but for attempting, I'll give you something little. My name is Favor Olorutala. Have yourself a wonderful weekend and a blessed week. Bye-bye.